Oh.
All right, Shalom. We want to start off by giving all praises to
Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Makakadash.
Double honors to the head apostles of GMS, and a salute to you Arkans that are tuning in. This is just a quick impromptu among brothers. You know, the spirit just rolled up on us, the scriptures say, iron sharpening iron, so we just got together, in our daily, in our daily lives, man, because that's what we should do, man. It's always good to dwell among like minds, man, because everybody else in this world, their minds is all messed up, okay, starting with our children, okay, with our women, okay, and everybody else, man, which is why this place got to go, man, because this place, it's not being dominated by the scriptures as we are, man. We live under a code, okay, that we follow, all right, that gives us life, okay, it keeps us alive, okay, and it keeps us in harmony with each other, man. So it's a beautiful thing, man, okay, and at the same time, we're rooting, okay, for the destruction of this place called America, okay, because of its wickedness, man, okay, and we sick and tired, all right, of the wickedness, man. Women out of order, okay, coming out, with their ass cheeks, showing, okay, kids talking back to their parents, okay, and we can go on down the list, okay, but we surely see the prophecies all coming to pass, all right. We're living in some beautiful times, which I've labeled the end of the end. This is the end of the end, because the end started when Yahushua was around, okay. Now this is the very end of the end, where you have Iran, okay, talking up big talks, and going to war, and it's not scared to go to war with America. So World War III is something that is not far-fetched anymore, like it would have been 10 years ago, man. Okay, and this is all spiritual upliftment for us. Okay, which is why Yahushua said, measure the time, because when you're measuring the time, okay, it uplifts your spirit. All right, to know what time it is. Like you're at work and you're working, busy working, and you see that you keep looking at that watch, and you see that you got 5 minutes left for the job. Before the job finishes, your spirit gets up again, man. Finally you're getting out of here, man. Okay, so America is going to be destroyed, man. Thus said the scriptures. Yep, let's roll out the precepts.
2nd Ezra chapter 9 verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
Right, measure down the time diligently in itself. Okay, because if you read about Esau, okay, Esau was one of the prophets that was always, worried about what was going to go on. He asked the Lord, like, Lord, like, inquiring, like, yo, how, who's going to deliver me from that forsaken place, man? Because he was visioning America, man. Okay, so measuring the time is how we stay on top. Okay, it's how our spirit stays up. Okay, because we know that we're getting closer and closer to the end of this thing, man.
And when thou seest parts of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Right, where the highest will begin to visit the world which he made, man. And spiritually, he is already visiting the world he made. Okay, starting with the prophets, man. Okay, because we're breaking down the strongholds that are here in America, the strongholds that are in the elect's mind, because we're waking up the elect, man. Like the scriptures say, when all the servants are sealed, then will the end come. Okay, so we're hasting, man. We wanted the end to come, and we've been hasting it since Yahushua was around, because the apostles asked Yahushua, "Oh, you restore the kingdom now?" We've been hasting this thing. It's in our spirit, man, and we're just sick and tired of working. We're sick and tired of not having enough. Okay, and we can't wait to put a hammy on you damn crackers, man, you devils, man. Right. Okay, I heard that some other Israelite camp talking about Esau going to be eating good in the kingdom, man. That's madness, man. That's pure madness, man. Right. You can't have your good wine bottle on one side and live it up, okay, while you see other people down. Okay, and then go and cross over and enjoy that end of the fight. It's an imperfect balance. You don't work like that, man. Okay, all you Edomites, man, you so-called white people, you're gonna be starving in our kid. We're gonna feed you barely enough, just so you can work, man. Okay, just so you can fuel your body, so you can build up our kingdom like we build up yours. Okay, because it's only right. All right. Go ahead.
Limitations, chapter 4, verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee.
Right, and that cup that's talking about is symbolic for slavery, man. It's symbolic for mental destruction, because mental destruction is coming upon you, Edomites. Okay, just like you destroyed our mind, you brain fucked our people, which I believe is the worst way of slavery. That has nothing to do on shackles, man. When you don't know who your enemy is, man, and you can do whatever you want with your enemies and brain fuck them, it's worse than being in shackles, man. It's worse. You see, these Russians in World War II, anybody can look it up. They did an experiment, man, where they put a few people in a room, okay, and they let them be by themselves. So they twerped their mind. Guess what happened to them? They started picking at their skin. They started going bananas. Okay, it's awful, man.
Scripture said, "Give me any plague but the plague
of the mind, man. The plague of the mind is something is terrible, man. You know, that's why the Spirit deals. Where does your spirit dwell? In your mind. So the Spirit, the Heavenly Father, deals with your mind. When the Lord wants to bug somebody out, you know, the Lord will bug somebody out. That's a worse plague than the Lord putting a physical pain, a physical ailment. Okay.
Have a precept.
Con. You can be healed. You can heal. You can heal a bodily injury. Or if somebody come and beats you up, you can heal. But if you beat somebody up mentally, okay, or verbally, you don't heal from that, man.
Right. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 25, verse 13. Give me any plague but the plague of the heart.
Right, but the plague, right, in the Hebrew is lab, man. Lahab, man, which means mind, man. And we're going to give you the plague of the mind in the kingdom. All right, you Edomites, man. Okay, and we're going to put you to work. Okay, and you're going to hate yourself, man. You're going to hate your skin. Okay, you're going to hate your eyes. You're going to hate everything about you, man. You're going to know, man. Just like we hated us. Okay?
Right. I got a precept. Ecclesiastes 3 and 15. That which had been is now, and that which is to be had already been.
Right, so this is already mapped out way from the beginning. Okay? The movie was written a long time ago, and now it's playing out. Okay, so the last part of the movie, okay, is for the actual the good guys to win. Because in a movie, when you have a movie, you go to the theaters, you know, the bad guy starts winning for a little bit. You know, they get their turn. Okay, because that's how the movie develops.
Right.
Okay, but then the good guy comes, you know, and the good guy defeats the bad guy, and then everything is all gonna be harmonious again.
Right.
Everything looks good.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, right. So Israel's the good guys, man. Right. We're the good guys. All right, and we're gonna set up the order back the way it should have been, man.
Continuing on, it says, "And Yahweh Shem Yahushua requires that which is past."
Right, and the Lord required that which is past. So He requires the slavery, okay, that you put up on the apple of His eye, right, and the brain fucking that you put on the apple of His eye. That's required of you now, man.
Right.
Okay.
Quick precept.
Go ahead, bro.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7, and it says, "And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies."
Right, and the Lord thy power will put His curses upon the enemy. Our number one enemy is you Edomites, man.
Right.
Okay, you so-called white people, man.
Yeah.
That's our number one enemy.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, real quick, right? Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 28, right? The Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. Going back to what you just said, right? Because the Lord said, read that again, Baba Kashan.
Come. It says, "And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thy
And
enemies."
the curses that are upon us, right? Which Esau, like the brother said, he said it beautifully.
Yeah.
Esau has mind fucked up people. All right, he has a spell on our people. Our people are smitten completely with madness, and that's a curse. But the curse was, I'm gonna read it again for you, bro. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 28. And the Lord, I'll slack you. And the Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. Going back to that word lahab, which is your mind, man.
Right, and notice it said blindness, because when you're spiritually demented, you really can't see. You can't see danger coming. You don't have you don't have a deaf to reality, man. Like if you go to an insane asylum, okay, those people in those insane asylum, you know, they're alive, but their brain is not there. Okay, so anything can happen. You can do whatever the hell you want with them.
Zombies.
They're zombies, bro.
A zombie is is
you know?
a walking dead man. Man. They're alive, they can move, but they're mentally dead. Our people are mentally dead. You can slack it, bro.
No, you said on. And it says, it says, the Lord power will put all these curses upon thy enemy and upon them that hated thee, which persecute thee. You know?
Right, and our number one persecutors is you so-called white people, man. You're the one that are quick in a hurry to stop a so-called black man, stop him for no reason. You know, stop him, frisk and shoot. That's what that's your MO, man. That's how you operate. Okay, and thus in the kingdom of heaven we're gonna do the same. Okay, we're gonna be picking you at random in our field. Okay, and we're gonna stop and frisk, and then we're gonna put you to death. That's right. Just so. Okay,
it's a righteous thing to recompense unto them that trouble us. The scripture says what? That the Lord said we're gonna have to do double unto them, man, for all the atrocities that they did upon us, man. Because that's the judgment of Yahweh Bashim El Shai, man. But it's gonna be done in righteousness. But the point we're getting is like, yo, the Lord's gonna avenge his people, but you got a price to pay, man. The price is you going into slavery. You're gonna have these curses put upon you. We're gonna rule over you with the rod of iron. We're gonna take over your women. We're gonna have you in subjection, man. And then the world and everything's gonna be in peaceful and harmonious, man. Everything's gonna go back in order. But until then, you know, we're over here suffering. Waiting for Yahweh Shai to come back and deliver us, you know. Go ahead, brother.
I got a precept. This is Jeremiah 49:12. For thus said the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, behold, those whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished.
And that's a beautiful scripture, because he's basically saying like look, like this is my chosen that I punish. Like, how much more you that are nothing? You see, all these other nations, the scriptures say that they're like a drop that falls out of a bucket. They're nothing. So if I punish my chosen creation, okay, how much more punishment is going to come upon you? It's going to be double the punishment. That's what the scriptures say. Give unto her double, because he already punished us. Now he got to punish you even more, man. Okay.
You got a precept, bro?
Continuing on, it says, thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. For I have sworn by myself, said the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
There's nothing else he could swear upon. That's greater than him.
That's right.
So he had to swear upon himself. What are you gonna swear upon if you know? Jake in their ignorance to say, oh, I swear to God, or I swear on my mother, because they hold their mother dear to them, or who they assume to be God. But the Lord Yahweh, he said, I swear upon myself, because he said, I searched the universe and ain't nobody greater than me. He's the baddest thing smoking. So the scriptures say his word is not gonna return back unto him void. This was written and it's gonna be made manifest. Bro.
This is Hebrews 10:31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God.
Right, it is a fearful thing, man. So you heathens better fear. Okay, you better fear, man. Just take a look around you. Look at all kinds of diseases and all kinds of sicknesses that are just terrible, man. You know, AIDS or whatever, or even them kids that are born like, you know, all messed up, that they can't do vegetable state, man. Okay, no, that's gonna be upon you, Esau. Because it is a fearful thing,
it's
you know.
coming upon you, man. Opioids, all right, epidemic, your low birth rates, all right, drugs, alcoholism, you being smitten with madness, you know. Go ahead, bro.
Finish this. Jeremiah 49:13. For I have sworn by myself, said the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, that Basra shall become a desolation.
Yeah, you're becoming a desolate, just a race of nothing, a race of nobodiness. You know, if that's even a word. You know, go ahead, bro.
A reproach.
You're gonna be you're being a reproach. You're being a new byword. Everywhere you meet people, Jake is like, you know, I had this lady at the job or whatever, and she was like, yeah, I'm telling my son about these white people. He like to go down to Braintree and hang out with these white people. I tell him not to never trust these white people. But that's the spirit that's coming on Jake. You know, the nigga woman was always kissing Esau's ass, man. But now the so-called white man is becoming a goddamn terrorist. You see on Facebook memes and stuff like that, they saying, the white man's a terrorist, the white man has no soul. You know, so you're becoming a byword, man, a reapproach, man. Nobody wants to be around you, man. Likewise, the other nations, China, Iran, you know, the Hamites, you know.
That's that vibration that's being pushed, because what? The Lord said into 2 Thessalonians that the man of sin is going to be revealed. And now everyone's on it now, man. cat is out the bag. Now when a terrorist attack happens, you see what happened over there in the Middle East, talking about bombing the oil tank, blame it on the Iranians. Everyone knows that it's Esau, man.
Right. All these false flag attacks, right? New evidence coming out on September 11. All these false flag attacks and these wars.
Right.
You know, just like you said, the men of sin being revealed. What's sin? A transgression of the law. They know that this devil is a murderer. This devil is a thief. He's coming to steal your land. He's not coming to liberate you, but he's coming to enslave you. You know.
A reproach, a waste, and a curse.
Yeah, your curse, man. Now we pushing on the vibration. Look, you know that blonde hair, that's a curse.
That's right.
The world once thought that was legitimate, the standard of beauty, man. Now we pushing on that vibration. Look, that thin yellow hair. We going in Leviticus, again, the book of the law. You know, and we showing how these people are anti the Most High, man. They're anti us.
Or even their women, man. The Edomite women with no flat, skinny ass, you know, and their skin or blue eye, you know, that was the standard of beauty. That's why they had these beauty pageants where if you were a little thick, you know, they would shun you down. You know, that's very being reversed.
Right, and then you know what that was? Jake basically being reporters. Because you give Jake access to be a reporter through YouTube, through social media, Instagram. And now the vibration is what? Thick girls. We don't like, Jake don't like no bony girls. But Esau pushes that vibration of, in order to be a model, you got to be pencil skinny. And now that Jake got a hold of the influence and Jake is controlling the narrative, the Esau is in the gym all day long, busting squats, you know what I'm saying, getting her shit together because why? Because
tanning boots,
tanning boots, right?
All kinds of shit, you know, getting braids and
they call them the Kardashian
braids over there. They trying to be like us, man. Even in our lower state, they want to be like the low.
All the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste.
Yeah, all these Austin, Australia, right? Sydney, right? London, all these cities, man. South Africa, Cape Town, all these places that you went and you conquered, man. They're gonna be thrown down, and then the statues of Yasser Allah is gonna be put up. The monument, the Kazaiwan, is gonna be put up, man.
Yeah, man. The world's getting tired. You colonize.
Yeah.
That's what they call you. The Hamites call you. You practice colonizers. That's what you are, man. You're like a plague, man. A termite.
Now today is gentrification. You know, yesterday was colonization, and today is just gentrification. Esau coming in and just not new underneath the sun, man. Right. Coming into where you live, trying to destroy your culture, trying to take your culture and use it as his own, man. Yoga. Now Esau created yoga. You know, this dude's a devil, man. This dude's a devil, but he's being exposed. You know, he's being exposed.
Ain't nobody created anything but him.
Yeah.
You know, like you were saying, like the other you know, if they say cheese, Swiss cheese, American cheese, whatever, French fries, or, you know,
they call it Swiss cocoa. And you know where the cocoa comes from? The cocoa comes from Africa. That's a Swiss country that's in Africa. The cocoa comes from Africa. They bring it to be, they process it, bring it to, and it's Swiss cocoa. You know, the watch. You get yourself a Swiss watch. That gold ain't coming out of Europe. Europe is the bottomless pit, man. They're grabbing that from Africa. Everything French toast. You know what I'm saying? A French braid. You know, a French maid. Everything has an English muffin. You know what I'm saying? Everything has to do with Esau and something until where it's embedded in your brain that you don't even realize you saying it, man. You don't even realize that you giving credit to these goddamn demons. Upholding them.
Because now in your mind it's like, Esau's the smartest thing in they're the smartest thing, you know. That's what goes on in people's mind, you know, that the so-called white man is an inventor, is a smart being, a creator.
Yep, but he wants to be like the Most High.
That's
what the scripture said. Jacob is a form of all things. Go ahead, brothers.
If I could just bring this, there's a meme that says this, that pretty much how the white man robs and rape and everything, and they had a sign that says your car is Japanese, your beer is German, your phone is Chinese, your fashion is French, your oil is Saudi Arabian, your vodka is Russian, and your land is a Native American. So they're going to show you that
everything is not yours.
Right. So through unrighteous dealing, through injuries, That's how the kingdom is translated, man. That's how he's over here to take, you know, and rob, rape, everything. Because he said, in scripture talk about Micah that he oppressed a man in his own heritage, man. You know what I'm saying? He made the whole world a wilderness, man, because he's the devil. The scripture tells us that the earth is given unto the hands of the wicked. So we see why, you know, things has to change, man. We see why Yahushua has to come back, or there'll be no flesh to be saved, man.
Right. You got something, Gerard?
Isaiah 33:1. Woe to thee that spoileth, and that was not spoiled, and dealeth treacherously, and they deal not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee.
And now the spirit is on Esau, let bygones be bygones. Forget about the past. Things have changed, right? Not no more get rid of the racism, love. And now the spirit of Jacob is like, we hate you, man. Our power, the creator of creation, this creation, everything that you see exists, hates the so-called white man. With no questions asked, man. With pure and perfect hatred. He created you to be hated. But now when we get wisdom, because that's wisdom. Hatred, like this brother likes to bring up, is a defense mechanism, man. If you constantly attacking, killing, robbing, murdering, it's in my best interest to hate you. So now that we're starting to hate you, now you don't like it. They put out articles of, oh, white America's getting afraid of the black Hebrew Israelites, you know, because they're pushing hate speech. Well, where was the love when you came over here and slaughtered Gad? Where was the love when you brought us over here in cargo slave ships? There was no love, right? And we loved you because we fought in every war, from the Civil War on both sides, right? Even if let's give you the benefit of the doubt and say you were the Northwest trying to free the slaves. You had Jake fighting on the side of the on the side of the South. You had the Revolutionary War. The so-called black man was the first casualty right here in Boston in that war. We fought for your freedom and independence when we wasn't even free.
And it wasn't even for the freedom and independence. It was more because your crackers don't know how to rule, don't know how to divide equally among yourself, are fucking greedy as all hell. Okay, so y'all couldn't come to terms in who's gonna get what land. That was what the First and Second World War was about as well. And we were fighting there too. Okay, because you crackers, the scriptures say that your desires is hell. You know, like the grave. The grave, you can always have a body. You can bury a body in the same spot. The body will disintegrate, and you can bury right another one. That's Esau, man.
This is Micah chapter 2, verse 1. Woe unto them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their bed. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in their power therein. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage, man. And who we talked about power, right? We looked at that definition. Look up that definition, Baba Kasha, of power. We talked about power, right? The question you got to ask yourself, right, is who has this power? There's certain power that's given to certain nations on the earth, right? Nobody can refute that. But when you're linking up these prophecies and what's going on today, you got to ask yourself, who's giving this power? Read that definition for me, Baba Kasha.
This is power. It says the ability to do something or act in a particular way, especially as a faculty or quality.
Now, who has the ability to do whatever the hell they want on this earth, man? Who fits that prophecy of Job, the 9th chapter and the 21st verse? Somebody get that for me, Baba Kasha? Who fits that prophecy? Who's coveting fields and taking them away by violence?
That's right.
You can't even trespass without this devil locking you up, man. Let Jake trespass. Or let Jake get caught in a neighborhood that he's ain't. I bet you George Zimmerman is gonna come out to cut a neighborhood watch and blow his ass away.
Or go to Florida and step on one of these crackers' land and take an orange. See what happens. Shit. They'll get you for that. You know?
So Jake don't got that power. The Hamites don't got that. The Hamites have their whole continent overran, man.
Hey, I want to bring out the book of Revelation 6 and 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
So read that definition again.
It says the ability to do something or act in a particular way.
The ability was given to Esau to take peace from the earth, man. If it wasn't for Esau, like this brother said, was going into, there would be no World War I. There would be no World War II. There would be no Civil War. There would be no Revolutionary War. There would be no Vietnam War. There would be no Korean War. All these wars, man. There wouldn't be this. But that power has been given to him, the ability has been given to him. The authority has been given to him to take peace from the earth. And that's exactly what the devil has done.
Right, that's what the scriptures say. That's what the scriptures say. In the kingdom of heaven, there shall be no more wars, because in the kingdom of heaven, the earth is going to rejoice because the righteous are in authority.
That ability is going to be stripped from him. Isaiah 14. Go ahead, bro.
Just going to bring out the second definition. It says the capacity or ability to direct or influence the behaviors of others or the course of events.
Now you talk about the influence. You talk about influence. You think of the media, right? You think of the newspapers. You think of books. You think of magazines. You think of billboards. You think of advertisement. All those are things. You know how much it costs to get maybe a minute spot on a Super Bowl for ad for a commercial? Millions of dollars for 2 minutes of advertisement, because Esau understands the power that little short clip has on the minds of the people. But that's him having the ability to influence, man. Cesare Borgia, for an example. Caesar Borgia, that witchcraft. So that's power. All right, give me Job real quick.
This is Job chapter 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
Who? The scriptures ask him, if not Esau, Edom, if not the so-called white man, if not the European, then who? Him doesn't have the ability to be. Give me that. You got that in read that in Revelation 6 real quick. You know, you look at it from a carnal standpoint, the United Nations, right? Him don't got veto power. If Zimbabwe ain't with the shits, nobody gives a fuck. They're not listening to what the fuck Zimbabwe said. But when the Karzaks speak, everybody's quiet. When the United States speak, when Russia speaks, and these are what? Edomite nations, man. Because the earth has been given to the hand of the wicked. Go ahead.
This is Revelation 6 and 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword.
And who was given to Esau? It was told from him, from Isaac, when he asked for the blessing. There was a blessing that was given to Yashar'Allah, right? And then what's the opposite of a blessing? A curse. And there was one curse that was given to Esau, that he would rule the earth by way of the sword. All right? The Lord said, if you live by the sword, you're going to die by the sword. So that's no way to live, man. The scriptures say that we're a spiritual people. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, right? But against principalities in high places. So the carnal weapons aren't given to us, man, because we're a spiritual people. The carnal weapons is given to people that's going to rule temporarily, man. All right? And that's Esau Edom. That's why it says in Job that the triumph of the wicked is short, and the joy of a hypocrite, yet for a moment. Esau's room, Satan was loosened for a little season. This is that little season in which Satan, because if you let Satan go for a long season, he's going to destroy the earth. That's why the scriptures say that to destroy them which destroys the earth. Because this is something that the elect Adoram Atazal, we are part of that. We built this, man. Let you build the hot rod, and this little demon comes and just decide he wants to tear it down, man. You're going to get in his ass, man. You're going to be upset.
I got a precept. This is Galatians 6 and 7. Be not deceived. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is not mocked.
Yeah, don't be fooled, man. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled, man. You can't mock the Most High, man.
For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
That's perfection, man. That's perfection.
Going back to what you mentioned about that sword, him using his curse, which was given to him, guess what? That sword is going to be used upon him. You know, and it says, he that liveth by the sword is going to die by the sword. He that liveth in captivity shall go into captivity. So things that Esau done, it's going to go right back into them. It's going to fall upon their heads.
You can't not get around that karma, man.
Con, this is the book of Revelation 13 and 10. He that leadeth into captivity. 9. Con. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
We can't emphasize enough the spirit on Jake is reparations, man. The spirit on Jake is reparations, man. Jake is saying blah 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 blah. Cut the check.
That's right.
Cut the check. You know what I'm saying?
That's not real reparations.
I mean, but the thing about it is, they don't know, because only the scriptures say that the elect is going to attain it, but the rest were blinded. Paul said, I feel record of them that they have the zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge. So only the elect is going to know what real reparations is, but even in their spirit, they know that, look, something is owed to us. You did something bad, and now, because when you look up the definition of reparations, it's being to be repaired.
So it means to put together,
right, put together. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
look
put
it
together.
up.
Yeah.
Look it up.
But that's beautiful, the meaning, because Salakia, our nation has been broken down. So right reparations will be for us to be put back together in like mind, okay, and be self-sufficient again. Because no matter what check Esau may cut, our people are never going to be self-sufficient. The mind of Jake is, go spend it on some hoes or buy a car, and then that money be gone, in the future.
Get right back to Esau.
Yeah, exactly. That's all it is.
Why would you want a restoration from your enemy, the one that put you in that situation?
And the enemy can't give us reparations.
Right.
He wasn't set up to repair us. He was set up to destroy us.
Man.
Again, when you playing Mortal Kombat, and you get a fatality, a flawless victory. You don't feel bad for the person that you're playing. You get a flawless victory, you may jump up for joy. You may taunt in his face, whooped your ass, nigga. You didn't even get not one hit, because it's a Mortal Kombat. It's a fight unto death. When you're dealing with Jacob and Esau, this is a war that's being fought unto death. Don't you know, at the end of the story, one nation is completely annihilated off the face of the earth, man?
Right.
One nation is complete. That's a mortal. If you may have died in the past life, right, and came back, and you fight the same fight on this earth, man. As long as Jacob and Esau is upon the face of the earth, there's going to be a problem. There was going to be. He rose up during the Grecian Empire. The Egyptians, not the Egyptians, the Grecians was a pain in our side, man. Judas Maccabees, they were fighting the Egyptians. And then the Romans came up. We took down the Romans, right? And then the Romans came back into power, right? And then as this Americans, they came back as the Americans, and they put us back into slavery. And now we're trying to actively tear down their strongholds and take their asses down again and keep their asses down. But this is a fight unto death. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, man, it's going to be the last time they're going down. It's the book of Obadiah 1:8. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau,